All right, Nick, let's talk about the Denver Broncos. This is a team that now has the necessary coaching staff in place, I believe, to turn this team around. All of these player acquisitions they made over the last few years are now set up in a position to really shine under the tutelage of Sean Payton. I think this is a special team, and I think they have a lot going for them, but particularly, Nick, one player in particular looks like they are set up for an absolute stunning breakout season. And I don't know if Broncos fans have seen it yet or not, but Sean Payton has big plans for this guy.
Yeah, Miles, I couldn't agree with you more. It looks like there's one guy who's going to be a massive breakout playmaker for the Broncos going to 2023. But before we get into that, stories Broncos fan, I got a question for you guys to answer, as always, in the comment section below. Look, this is one of the more storied franchises in NFL history. A lot of great superstars. But we're going to turn away from the stars real quick and focus on the grinders, the day-to-day guys, the guys that put in the work, that was just consistent Denver Broncos year in and year out, doing a great job for this franchise. And that's what we want you guys to highlight in the comment section below. Give me your favorite Denver Bronco grinder. A guy didn't get the accolades, although he maybe should have. Give us that guy in the comment section below. But all right, Miles, I'll throw it over to you now. What's the latest out of Denver?
Yeah, Nick, I think that Sean Payton and co. have big plans, for young second-year tight end Greg Dulcich. I think this guy is set up for an absolutely stunning year, and the comments that they have made about him and their plan for him really get me excited to see some high-level tight end play, because you know how we talk about it all the time. Good, strong tight end play is revolving around some of the best teams in the NFL year in, year out. You see the Travis Kelce's, you see the George Kittles, you see the Mark Andrews, et cetera, et cetera. Best tight ends are on the best teams, and I think Dulcich is set up. But let's get on into the article here, Nick. This is from over on the Mile High Report. It says, Greg Dulcich finished as the Denver Broncos' third leading receiver in 2022, but the dynamic playmaking tight end might just be scratching the surface. Dulcich, the 6'4", 245-pounder, pulled down 33 of his 55 targets for 411 yards and 2 touchdowns as a rookie. The UCLA alum's production came despite only playing in 10 games during the 2022 season, so he missed 7 whole games, Nick. Multiple reports out of Broncos camp suggest that new head coach Sean Payton is keen on deploying Dulcich all over the offense in an effort to weaponize his athleticism to create mismatches and big play opportunities. Nick, Payton went on to say, Payton has already stated they're going to use Dulcich in a joker role in the offense. This means they will line him up all over the offense to get him in the best possible matchup possible, and it's something Payton has done in the past. He said the joker player for us is not a receiver. It's either a running back or a tight end with exceptional ball skills that you can work on matchups with. We've had that running back position with Reggie Bush was the joker, Darren Sproles, Alvin Kamara. Those were all unique players, not just in the running game, but they had passing game skill sets that allow you to do multiple things. And I think Greg does that too. Now, Nick, that is a heck of a company to be put in as such a young player in, line with guys like Reggie Bush, with guys like Darren Sproles and Alvin Kamara. I think this is a really special place for Dulcich to be, and I'm excited because I want to see a guy like this really break out and be as dynamic as some of those players. I'm curious to see what you think about this, but I would like everyone to stay tuned to the end of the video to hear more about our partner of today's video, and that is Neuro. They have a lot of great products to give you a quick and easy boost of energy, and we love those products, and we like to use them right before our show. So stay tuned to the end of the video and hear more about Neuro and get your hands on our discount code. But Nick, let me hear it. What do you think about Dulcich, and what do you think about Payton's plan for him as well?
So I've got 2 thoughts. I want to bring up my own comparison when I comes to Dulcich. And look, there was a other tight end that Sean Payton had the privilege of coaching much earlier in his coaching career, who was a smaller-ish tight end coming out of school, was considered more of a receiver than a blocker, missed some time early in his career due to injury, and obviously had to work his way in the starting lineup. But this particular tight end caught 35 passes on 54 targets compared to 33 versus 55 of Dulcich. And then this tight end went on to have an incredible career and is headed to the Hall of Fame one day. I'm talking about, of course, Jason Witten with the Dallas Cowboys, who Sean Payton coached when he was the offensive coordinator / assistant head coach under Bill Parcells during his time in Dallas. I think there's a lot of similarities there, and I think that's what Sean Payton notices in Dulcich. But I want to focus on the second half of this report here for a second. I think this is the part that really matters. Talking about using Dulcich the way you would use an Alvin Kamara, Reggie Bush, or someone like that, more of a running back. And there may be some people like, it's a tight end. How does that really correlate? We're seeing in today's NFL, defense is going to more DBs. They're going smaller. They're taking linebackers off the field. They're bringing more safeties and corners on, which makes sense. When you've got just a league float full of like the Chiefs that have 6 great wide receivers, you have the Dolphins that have a bunch of speed guys. Look at every top contender. The Bills, the Eagles are just flock full of elite level receiving talent. You have to go small and fast in order to counteract that. But a way you can force teams out of that is if you go big with a tight end who can also run routes and be athletic. We see that with George Kittle, the 49ers. Travis Kelce with the Chiefs does that for them as well. And I think that's exactly what Sean Payton wants Dulcich to do. Dulcich is not in there to be a blocker. He's hoping to develop into a better blocker. He's not there yet. But in terms of being a great route runner, great hands, great ball skills, he has everything you want from an athletic tight end. And I think that's exactly what Sean Payton wants to use him as, to get teams away from those 6'7" defensive back looks, force him to bring a little bit beefer onto the field that can hang with a guy who's as big and as strong as Dulcich. Because if you put a 5'10", 190-pound corner on him, he'll body him up and win him every single time. You have to go bigger, bring in a strong safety, bring in maybe even a linebacker in some situations, go a little smaller, and that will open up other opportunities for the Broncos offense. I think that's what Sean Payton's going for. And if that's the case, this team will be a lot better because of it. All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner in today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.